Sure, all of you are refreshed now, and you have the energy to take us for the next few minutes.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, so let me share my slides again. I'm sure you can see the PowerPoint now.
Yes.
Okay, so once again, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to continue from where we stopped. We are still discussing how we can prepare very good and effective presentation PowerPoints and of course deliver them in the course of presentation. So we discussed the issues and where the problems are and how this can be corrected and how most of the issues can be addressed. And here we will talk about academic culture problem. Part of the reason why most presentations fail or most lectures are not delivered properly is an academic culture problem. There are certain false beliefs, a couple of them. One of them is complexity, mostly mistaken for rigor. People come and speak all kinds of jargon, they present all kinds of bulky, nebulous things, and people will be like, okay, yeah, it's complex. So sometimes the presenters are even moved to think, to believe that it is how complex they present their ideas that make them, demonstrate how rigorous the research is. Some even take pride in saying my work is a very complex, work that only few people understand. That is shameful. That is shameful. Just like I told you earlier, how most scientific discoveries, if you look at the detail of how the discovery came about, you see some complex equations, all kinds of. You take a good example at, let's say, Hund's rule, who says if you want to pair electrons, you must. I mean, if you want to fill electrons into orbitals, you must fill them single first before pairing begins. If you look at the real rule, the actual work behind this statement, it is massive work, but the scientists are able to present them in a simple manner where even a 5-year-old will understand what you mean. So if you cannot explain to a 5-year-old, just like Albert Einstein said, then you don't know it. That's the implication. So, but here, most people believe that complexity is rigor, and then clarity is seen as shallow. No. When somebody presents their works in a very clear term, it is seen as being shallow. No, listen, it doesn't have to do with the level of education. No, it has to do with personal development. Some people may have well schooled together. Does not mean it has not become the standard for what you should do. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can hear you.
How with you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I'm using my phone's internet and people won't stop calling. So sometimes the thing go, but of course I will not pick the course. So after the lecture, I can attend to it. So clarity should not be seen as shallow. Unfortunately, in our climes, that's the way it's seen. Once you see people present their words in clear terms, the people interpret them as being shallow. Rather, when people see all kinds of wordings, jargons, they now say, okay, it's rigor. No, it's not so. So we say dense slides is not equal to serious scholarship. People think because wordings are plain, it means the person really did the work. Person worked very well. No, it's not true. It's not true. A simple slide does not mean superficial work. So much work will be done, but presentation will be in very simple terms. I don't know if any of you have been following Nobel Prize award. When people are awarded for their Nobel Prize, the Nobel Prize winners for science, for chemistry and biochemistry, medicine, and all. If you look at the presentation of the ideas for which they won the award, the presentation is simple. It's simple, very simple. But the actual work is complex. So communicating your research is making it simple and easily understood by your audience. So this is a very critical and important aspect of academic culture, academic work. So I encourage us to see how we can imbibe this, we can embrace this, and see how we can make our presentations better for us and for the audience. Most importantly, avoid complexity. Make things simple and clear. And now, cognitive overload. Normally, when you pack plenty things and load the audience with, some people may even begin to have headaches. It's difficult to follow. But once you simplify everything, just bullets, just explanation, then pictures, figures, what have you. Things flow clearly and the audience can follow you. And once the audience follow your presentation, they can make better contribution. They can make contribution to your presentation better than if they not, or when they not, when they don't. Now, the audience cannot read and listen simultaneously. You are reading the PowerPoint, the PowerPoint, or word points, what do you call it? You just pack words and put there, and you are reading aloud to the audience. They cannot do this. And then attention will drop. Because some people, I'm sure that even you, when you attend some seminar or some seminar, when you see some people come to present, once you see their first slide, you are no longer interested, you lose interest. And so once you begin to force the audience to listen to you and read and follow all kinds of things you are doing that are not in line with the normal, the attention will drop. The attention will drop quickly. And so you see some of them begin to pick their phones and press their phones and wait for you to finish all the jargons and leave the stage. Then images process faster than text. You see, I have 3 images here on this slide. The first one you see, this is a human being's head. Somebody said, so much jargon, so many jargon, too much information to process. You can see the second one here, the person's head is not like, it doesn't even know what is going on anymore. That has lost the head. And then the third one here is even shouting. What are you doing? You're killing me with too much information. Please, this communicates faster. Images communicate faster than text. So try as much as possible to avoid too much text. Yes, you cannot eliminate text completely, but don't pack too much text and put. Someone was asking a question on how, if you don't add some information, you run into problem. No, nobody will run into problem. You run into problem when you fail to understand, to explain your work. And most times, once you cannot explain simple terms, what you have done, you are creating an impression that you have not done the work. Probably you contracted people to do the work. That is the impression you are creating. So this is where you run into problem. If you understand your work, even if you work with, let's say 3 or 5 or even 6 designs or model, you decide to present one model. But you tell that, okay, there are model B, model C, model D, or even model E and F, as the case may be. But this is even for model A that I'm presenting, this is what the implication is on the result and what have you on the conclusion. But for model B and C and D, which are not here, you either follow the pattern of A or deviate from the pattern of A. And this is why it deviates from the pattern of A. So you don't need to put all model A to F on the slide because it becomes clumsy and unclear. So you don't have a problem. The most important thing is own your work. Do you know your work? Do you understand your work? Claim own the work. Take the ownership of the work. Not when you are asked a question on what you have done or you are even saying, then you begin to look elsewhere. Of course, that way you give the audience the impression that you are not the owner of this work. So key point, don't push the audience to begin to process too much information. They'll lose focus and their attention will drop. And how to avoid this? Use more of images because images process faster than text. Now, practical structural causes of the problems of poor PowerPoint presentation, design and presentation. One of the issues is copy and paste from papers. When you, especially it has to link with the second point, which has to do with last minute preparation. When you allow the time to be last minute, you don't prepare very well. You allow it to be last minute. You are now tempted to begin to copy from your work to dump into the PowerPoint and do all kinds of manipulations. In some cases, even leave it like that and begin to reach the audience. This is a problem. So avoid copy and paste. It is better to read, understand the whole paragraph or a whole sentence, and then just bring out the most important one. You know that even in literature, in writing, you have what you call, in a text, you have what you call a paragraph. So it's a group of sentences that form a paragraph. So for each paragraph, remember you have a topic sentence. So most times you have a topic sentence, you have a concluding sentence, or a closing sentence. So in most paragraphs, the starting sentence, the topic sentence, and the closing sentence are the most important sentences in the entire paragraph. So you look at the most important, the key sentence there. See how you can summarize and make it into a bullet point, and the rest you explain. So avoid copy and paste from papers or from even directly from the work. Some people come to present and then they copy exactly from the work, so they copy even the chapters. You see somebody on a summary slide, you see chapter 1, 1.0, 1.1, 1.12. You can just tell that they copy from the thesis because that is not a structure of a PowerPoint presentation. So you avoid that, and most importantly, you don't avoid last-minute preparation. So prepare well ahead of time, and it will help you to have a very good presentation. Now, default templates. Some people don't want to grow beyond what they know. So because my friend presented something like this, what I want to present, and I'll collect the template, his PowerPoint, and try to modify to my own. So you use your friend's template. But your friend template is not even the standard. Probably he did so many errors. So he now use his templates and repeat his own errors. It is not proper. Seek knowledge and see how you can improve even better and get new ideas on how you can get your. And so avoid default templates. So for every presentation, it should be innovation. There should be innovative. There should be new things you should add. Current trends, even AI can help you open your eyes to so many things, and constant reading and attending of conferences, attending of seminars. You don't need to wait until your seminar in your department. You can go to other departments, go to fisheries, go to business management, go to all over the place for every business, go to veterinary medicine. Well, this is knowledge. So attend their seminars, listen to them, hear what they're saying. It may interest you. You don't need to be a vet to do that. You don't need to be a physicist to understand physics. Elsewhere, research is collaborative. All of us are in one pot. It doesn't matter where you are. We are working like where I worked for my PhD. We have a lot of scientists, medical doctors, vets, engineers, bioengineers, chemists, physicists, statisticians, mathematicians, even people from law who are handling the ethical issues with use of animals. We form a team. And even when we publish, all these people are part of this team. And this is what we call collaborative research. So it is good to collaborate. So don't leave it to the last minute so that I begin to respond, be responsive instead of being, proactive. You have to be reactive. No, you have to manage that time. Time management here even begins from the PowerPoint presentation, preparation. So avoid copy and paste, avoid last minute preparation, and avoid default templates. Now, the more deeper issue is presentations are undervalued as a scholarly skill. Presentation is undervalued as a scholarly skill. You meet people, scholars are very intelligent. You see coursework result, A. You see research, research rigor, they have it. But communication, presentation is a problem. How do you communicate your research? They said it's a problem. So they have good results, but they cannot communicate them. But the world will not come and watch how you are going to do the work to know that you know. You have to communicate to the world your results, what you are doing, how you have done them, and the inference. Remember even our secondary school, those of us who were scientists, we were science students, you remember that when you are reporting, you say test, observation, inference. So in the test, you say, okay, I added salt plus water. In this one, in the observation, what do you see? You saw that salt dissolved. It's salt dissolved in water and form a single solution. Then inference, what is the inference? The inference is that the salt is a soluble salt. So this is then it was a simple way of reporting, but this is exactly what we are doing now. It's test, observation, and inference. Because your methodology is a test. The observation now is your results. Those are observation. And the inference is your conclusion. So it's the same thing. It is the same thing. And it is like that everywhere. That's why I say research, we are all in one pot. Whether you are in library and information science, we are wherever, all we are doing is one aim. Research has one aim, to proffer solution. One aim, or just to proffer solution. That is it. I give you an example. The early man started trekking, used to trek. That was a means of transportation, your leg, trek. At some point, they say, oh, why not we use animals? So that we use animals, we sit on them, and they take us to where we want to go. But a day came, somebody said, instead of using animals, why not design something like an animal, and not put tires, something that can now be rolling, so that we don't stress the animals. So this was what gave birth to a bicycle. And then the bicycle, we need to paddle. But from paddling, we say, okay, why not we develop an engine and put under the bicycle and then stop the paddling and just connect the systems and see how the machine can prepare you to move. So that it's less stress for you. So the motorbike came, and then from the motorbike, okay, some people say, okay, instead of motorbike with just 2 tires, why not design something like a house? Like it has 4 tires, you now sit in it comfortably and now begin to maneuver it to move with an engine. The engine that was used here, you bring it here. And this is how Daimler, those are their DGST, History of and Philosophy of Science. You must have learned that Daimler was the one that invented the first motor car. And Daimler is the owner of Mercedes-Benz, the German car. Daimler is from Germany. So the first car he invented had no reverse gear. So when you go forward, you want to reverse, you have to come out, drop part of the car and push it backwards. But this were the development stage. And ladies and gentlemen, there was a point where somebody said in Colorado, in US, in a conference, in a Congress, that someday human beings will fly. A professor stood up in that conference and said, human beings can never fly. You should keep quiet. But ladies and gentlemen, today, we have all kinds of jumbo jets flying our skies. thanks to the two sons of that same professor who doubted that human beings will never fly, Professor Wright. And today you heard that the airplane was discovered or invented by the Wright brothers. So his two sons were the ones that invented what he argued that would never happen. So today we are flying all over. So research has to do with solution. So it is to proffer solution. And so that is the pathway. So it doesn't matter whether you are in physics, you are in chemistry, you are in wherever, we have one goal, is to proffer solution. So that is why when you are presenting your idea, the first thing we ask you, what is the statement of your problem? When you state the problem, what justification? Okay, so much work has not been done here. Even though so much work has been done, this one has not been done. So I think I can come in here. That's the knowledge gap now. So you go into the field, you do the work, and at the end you tell us, okay, this is what I did. I tested this. This is my observation. This is the inference. Conclusion. What we now ask you? What is your contribution to knowledge? Knowledge already have this. So, but me, I'm contributing this thing. This is a new thing I'm contributing. This was done and this was done. I will arrive at this is this. This has never been reported to the best of my knowledge. This is research. So the aim is one. The goal is one, to proffer solution. So the presentation are undervalued, like I said, as scholarly skill. Yet we know that they are critical for career growth. You must grow. You must grow. You agree with me that you are no longer at least you are no longer as the undergraduate student you used to be. Something has changed about you. Something has changed. And we hope that after this program, something will even change for much more for the better. So rather, presentation is seen as soft skill. Some people now, when they write their CV, they put soft skill. They say able to present and stuff and stuff. So the presentation are seen as this. This should be part and parcel of the academic culture. So until we see it this way, we will not make headway. Secondary to research, not what time investment. This is what presentation are seen. They think research is the most important thing. Presenting the research is not the important thing. No, presenting is even much more important, because you can have a good research, but if you don't present it, someone else will go and do the research and present, who know how to present very well, will present your own idea. But in actual sense, you are the one that got the idea, but didn't present. And so the person that presented the idea becomes the owner of the idea. Because if you remember the issue with what do you call the Russian who wrote the first periodic table, he was not the owner of the periodic table. Someone else have developed a periodic table, but he didn't communicate. He didn't communicate. I think a British guy, I can't remember his name, a British guy who did the first periodic table, but he was not acknowledged for it because he didn't present the ideas. And so the Russian who gave us the periodic table, the first recognized periodic table. I don't know, I've forgotten his name, but I remember most of you know the name. It's a popular name. So he was one that presented the idea. So out of frustration, the fellow in the British one now wrote somewhere in the textbook that the originator of an idea remains the sole owner of the idea, even if the idea is being improved upon later. It's true. But the only thing we accept is literature, and that is why we encourage you to publish your research. After you finish your work, you have to make a publication before you graduate. Now it's even a rule. I don't know for PGD now, but for MSc, at least minimum one paper, one publication, minimum. For me, even my PGD student, I insist to publish, and I guide them. I have to publish. I have two for the regular programs. They have finished their work already. We're already working on a paper to publish together. So this is it. You must publish. If you don't publish, it is your idea, but someone else may go and work on it. But if you publish, before any research is done, you do literature review. So literature review will tell the person that you have worked on this, and this is what you arrive at. And so the person will not go your way, or will see how you can fill gap, or probably work on your own recommendation, because in your recommendation, you are going to state where the shortcomings are. So the person may decide to say, okay, let me work on your own recommendation and see how the research can go forward. So in reality, presentation shape our reputation, funding success, career progression. Imagine you step in a hall to make a presentation on any kind of topic and you deliver something massively, you gain the attention, the love, the cheers from everybody or your audience. So people want to identify with you. People want to come identify with you and be part of what you are doing and even offer themselves for mentorship. So this is the reality. So don't look at presentation as just a soft skill to have. It's a skill for everybody. It's critical for your career growth. Now, the key takeaways. Key takeaways. Slides must support speech. Your slide is supporting what you are saying. And clarity is more important than quantity. So while you are thinking of designing your slide, don't be looking at quantity. Look at clarity. That's the most important thing. It is better to have 8 slides that convey the information directly and clearly and unambiguous than have 20 slides that say nothing. So clarity, again, I said, is more important than quantity. Now, good slides reflect strong thinking. When you prepare your slides in a very good manner, it shows a strong level of thinking. Demonstrate a strong level of thinking. Now, presentation is part of scholarship. So, like I've said before, if you present, you can present very well. It is part of scholarship. It's academic, part of academic activity. So it shouldn't be just left with just research and then presentation is abandoned. We see as a soft skill. No, it's not so. So I said lastly here, if your slides are unclear, your ideas remain invisible. Again, if you cannot explain to a 5-year-old, you don't know. According to Albert Einstein, you have to be able to explain your work for a 5-year-old to understand. Else that you don't know. So, now, before and after. So before this lecture, we assumed that you used to have long paragraphs in your PowerPoints, multiple figures, confusing figures, and tiny fonts. We assume these are the most common mistakes you used to do. And probably the last, another one is reading aloud from the PowerPoint, reading for your audience, which has to be associated with the first one here, which is long paragraph. But when you have long paragraph, you don't have a choice, you have to read. So, but after this lecture now, I'm sure you understand that for your presentation, you need one key message, just one key message. Just like research, every research has one aim, one key message. Simplify figure, large readable text. If you must put text, it must be large and legible, readable or legible, just the way I've written them here, that you can see. So 5 golden rules for postgraduate slides. Number one idea per slide. 2, keywords, not paragraphs. 3, figures must be redesigned. You must arrange your figures so that they convey the message the way you want. Slide support speech. The slides must support speech, not the reverse. Not you be using the slide to read out things that are there. So white space is powerful. You see, you can see this white background now. You can see that it's easier to see the things written here. So avoid unnecessary use of coloration here and there to make your work ambiguous. So common slides mistake in academia: copy and paste from papers, overloaded figures, excessive equations, too many citations, and reading directly from the slide. These are some of the common mistakes we do. So what excellent academic slides look like: clear message hierarchy, visual consistency, strategic emphasis, audience-focused design. Final reflection. So better slides equal to better science communication. There's no two ways about it. Better slides, better science communication. So your research deserves to be understood. So when you prepare your PowerPoint, prepare it like you mean it. You put your energy and passion into it so that you communicate yourself better. You don't need to be answering so many questions. When you have a good presentation, there are not too many questions. Sometimes you hear just appraisers, or a few questions and maybe few contributions. Because remember, not just questions, people can also make contributions. So last tips, after you finish your presentation or preparing your PowerPoint, proofread it carefully. Allow second set of eyes. You can share with someone to help you look at it. I've said this before. Do not leave everything to the last minute. Practice timing. Timing, very important. Then prepare for questions. You have to prepare for questions. Don't say too much. When you write too much, what do you want the people to ask you? But you say a few things. You leave the other ones. When they ask you, time for question will come, you explain better. So just go straight to the most simple. You design your your presentation simple and go ahead and deliver. When it's time for question, you can even explain better because once you understand the work, you are not scared of questions. The questions will come. So then enjoy the presentation. Enjoy the presentation. Once you are confident, you enjoy the presentation. It is not war. Nobody is carrying gun. Nobody is shooting you. It is not war. It's something you should design. You should enjoy. I was a student too. I presented. Today, I am here teaching you. Tomorrow, you will also teach someone. So it's something it's an academic culture. We must transfer the knowledge so that the knowledge will keep on being passed on to others. So remember, fancy borders and decorations are not what make a good report. It's not about decorating your PowerPoint. That is not what makes a good one. It's clarity of your presentation of your points. That is what makes a good presentation, not decorations here and there. So thank you and thank you. So this is your assignment. This is your assignment. I don't know how many you are, but maybe I can see that about 27 people logged in earlier. So if you are 27, you can be grouped into 3 so that and one group will take the first topic, the second group will take the second topic, and then the next group will take the third topic. You prepare your PowerPoints on these topics. Yes, use these topics. The second one says make a presentation on any business proposal of your choice. You can pick a business. You can say, okay, poultry production or piggery production, for example. So make a presentation there and you present during the course of the week. So the number 1 says make a presentation on your past or current research project and present it. So what you are doing presently or research presently, you can make a presentation on it. If you want that, it's fine. You can pick a third one who says as the head of research and development in your place, you have been tasked to present your team's newly formulated organic cream to the board of directors. Make your presentation. You can pick this one. But since it is not a physical class, I don't know how to group you. So just pick any of this one of your choice and you make your presentations accordingly. Thank you and thank you. So these are some of the references. Thank you. Thank you for listening. So now time for questions. Time for questions. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, we are with you, sir.
Okay.
With you.
So let me hear your questions. Or if you don't have questions, then we'll see how we can arrange for tomorrow for your presentations. Your assignment, maximum 10 slides. Don't give me more than 10 slides. If you must give, maybe the 11th slide will be the salutation. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Please, sir, are you giving us the slide now so that we can get the assignment from there?
Yes, I will send the slide to our host. So, okay, Joyce on the email. Yes, I'll provide the slides for you now. I'll call my colleague. We'll send it to you now, today.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes, you can go ahead. You said?
Either one or two and do it, or we are doing it as a group.
Chief
Hello, sir.
Osama.
No. You are not doing as a group.
Okay. Okay, you can choose any topic.
You can pick any topic. Prepare on your own. You present your own presentation. We are scoring you separately. You have your score separately, no group.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, you are just about 30. So we still have, tomorrow is Wednesday, we have Thursday, we have Friday. So you can make the presentations from tomorrow. So maybe we take 10 tomorrow, 10 on Thursday, and 10 on Friday. Or if we can finish them in 2 days and the other day we rest.
Okay, sir.
So I will discuss with, I'll call my colleague now. Then I'll send the material to Mrs. Joy. Mrs. Joyce, we forward the material to you. I don't know how to reach all of you. I think she has a way to reach out to. I think all of you are on the platform.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we normally do is they
all of you
send
are
the
on the WhatsApp
material.
platform.
They send the material.
Yes, they have the attendance.
Sir, what we normally do, they normally send to our class rep. So I don't know whether
That's
you
what
send
I'm
to the
saying.
class rep. Okay, sir.
I will send it to the person in charge, the person that is hosting us. So she will send it how they will used to send.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But I'm assuring you that you are going to get it. So just get ready and prepare for your presentation.
It's okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
It's okay, sir.
Okay. So if you don't have any question, we'll see again tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
It's okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Yes. I forgot to mention something. Let me just mention it now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yes, I was talking about body gestures. You see, there was a presentation where a student came in to present and he had his 2 hands in the pockets. You know, trying to show some gestures that were not very interesting. So please, when you are making presentations, you have to be very careful. And like I said, you know your audience. You know your audience first. You know your audience, so you know the way your body gestures the kind of body gestures you demonstrate in front of your audience. So you avoid those kind of things. It's just 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Hear the good things that is online. So you don't even have to be scared, okay? You are just there. We are interacting online. So I think the fear factor is up there. But even if you are doing physically, you have to deal with the fear factor. Remove it. Nobody is killing you. We're not carrying guns. It is not a do or die. It's not war. It's not war. We are just here to educate you to see how we can transfer knowledge. Some of you may even come out to become better than us in these things. So it's just to get the right information, the right guidance, and the right push. So thank you again. Thank you, and thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, see you all tomorrow.
It's okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Nice day.
So let me try and sort out with the host so that they can forward the materials.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
yes, thank you.
Sure, that's my laptop I've used for the